It is time now for Better Laughs. Talking to someone with bad breath can be really awkward.
Hear how one comedian describes the situation.
Have you ever smelled someone's breath? It's really bad, but you have to speak to them, and maybe somebody you know,
God,
like
so
your
nervous.
grandmother. You're like, hey, grandma. You're like, oh, how long is this conversation gonna last? And you try to be courteous, so you go, and try to time it so that when she stops, you can breathe in, but you breathe in and she breathe out, and you swallow it.
I have been there a dozen times. I can tell you the people too. I'm not going to disclose, but I'm not.
We're on television.
No, we're on television. But let me tell you, there's some truth to that. The funnier thing is that you thought that kettlebell was a coffee maker.
I did. I saw it. I'm like,
oh my God, this is Tony Woods. Anyway, I forgot to introduce you. Tony, you're so funny. Nice to see you.
Because it's like we're family.
Yeah, right, exactly. It's good to see you. How you been?
I've been all right, chilling. Just that's what I do. I just travel all around, and I get up in the morning. I do morning talk shows. It's the best.
It's good. It's all good.
So you're in town, which we know, for the Hartford Funny Bone, but tell us a little bit about some of the projects you've been working on where we can see you.
Well, everything seems to be like, I'm like one of those guys, like you say, I'm gonna build a deck right here. And right here, I'm gonna have a garden. And right here, I'm doing this. So I got a travel show in the works. And then I got this other show that we have, sort of like this, where I have like these other women and we talk about stuff.
Just stuff.
Yeah, just stuff. And we should have people with products too. That's always good.
Yeah, it's always good to have products.
I travel a lot. And a lot of times I run into people. I ran into some people the other day and they didn't want to be offensive. They were like, do you like comedy? I'm like, yeah. And then and then the husband said something because they're arguing that can't be the guy. I was in Western Australia, in Perth. Not in Perth, but outside of Perth.
Okay.
And I was at a circus, like a real circus in a tent where you could smell the animals, all of that stuff. And I'm walking back to my seat, and I hear the music, and I see like 5 people running towards me, but I figure they want to get stuff before the show starts, right? And I hear a guy in the background with a broken accent going, "Don't run, don't run, don't run." That's all he says, "Don't run." I ain't paying attention, right? I thought he meant just don't run for safety reasons, and then I take another step, and there's a tiger. Yeah, that's it. Because it was like, you watch Discovery Channel, I'm like, running, that's just like, not an option.
Right? It's not an option.
And I don't know if you ever seen a tiger in real life, but their faces
are
like
huge.
that. But yeah, and he looked like a alley dog or something. He was like, like, help me. And then the little dude put a thing around his neck and yanked it and popped him a couple of times. And he kind of looked at me like, help me, man. I'm like, I'm kind of glad they got you. You know what I'm saying? But it was bad, but it was a circus. It's like, it wasn't in an arena, it was in a tent. Like mud on your shoes, animals pooping.
Wow.
Real stuff. Like you see some of the trainers get bit for real.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Who makes you laugh? Who made you laugh growing up?
Growing up, my uncles, I had 2 uncles, Uncle Jimmy's.
So not like comedian, you're like real life people.
When I was a kid, I didn't know comedians were comedians. I used to watch this guy, Jonathan Winters, and I just thought he was hilarious.
Winters, right.
I just thought he was a funny dude. I thought he was like, my grandfather's friend, Mr. Jesse, who's a drunk dude who just come over and say funny stuff. So I thought I'm like, that guy must be drunk and saying funny stuff. I didn't know comedians were comedians till I was older, like Richard Pryor and Flip Wilson. And my parents, they let me listen to Flip Wilson because he was cleaner. But and Richard Pryor was talking about adult stuff, so I didn't really get it as a kid.
As a kid.
Yeah, and like Johnny Carson, I used to think, wow, this guy's like stupid. Right? Yeah, because the few times I watched Johnny Carson, he's like, okay, I'm gonna give you the answer.
Karnak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, and grown-ups laugh. I'm like, this is stupid. But now I know it's funny.
Oh yeah, it was funny.
And my comedy is not. I'm the butt of the joke. Oh, like Lucy. You ever watch the old reruns of Lucy? Like, Lucy, don't do that.
Right.
Like what's gonna happen to Lucy before Lucy knows what's gonna happen to Lucy.
A little self-deprecating.
And that's how my material is. Like, what's gonna happen to me before. You probably didn't know that Tiger was coming, but.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: did you always think that you were funny growing up? Did anyone think you were funny? How did you end up becoming a comedian?
Well, everybody. I have have an odd way of speaking where people think I'm like intoxicated. but yeah, okay.
But you're not.
I'm not. That's not the funny part, right? But so as a child, I had a speech therapist because I have that thing where I get excited.
And you can't, it doesn't come out.
Yeah, and then what is it, baby? I'm like, too late. I did it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like that. So this therapist had me sing, and she would go, "Can I go to the bathroom?" Like that. And so, and instead of that helping me, everybody in the family just laughed at everything.
Well, we're going to laugh with you because you are a very funny man.
Thank you.
And nice to see you. Welcome to Connecticut.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, thank you for
Pleasure
being
to
here.
have you. All right, see Tony on stage at the Hartford Funny Bone tonight through Sunday night. Head to hartford.funnybone.com for more details and ticket information.